Now for something completely different.
Smoke medical weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Brian Hoppe and that's it. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2, Hoppe. Hoppe, Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
Yes, this is Hoppe Hour. I'm your host, Ryan Hoppe, here with my co-host that I haven't seen in about a week, Pharoh.
Yo, how we doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, Pharoh. How are you doing?
Listen, I'm doing amazing. I'm feeling good. And listen, it's Wednesday, so let's get it rocking.
How the hell was Mexico?
Mexico was amazing. I visited Tulum and Cancun, and you know it's always good vibes and a lot of beautiful women.
Who'd you go with?
I went with my girlfriend. We had a blast.
Man, how much sex you have?
Listen, a lot. When you go over there, you got to make sure you get your money's worth.
Is there like a certain vibe when you're over there that it's just like I must have sex at all times?
Listen, the ambiance is just amazing. There's liquor everywhere in all the restaurants, so you got to take a little sip. And so, you know, you're pretty under the influence all the time you're there.
It had to be probably a good difference of scenery because you're always partying in Ybor City, going crazy. So you got to have fun in Mexico.
Listen, every time I go, I try to take a trip at least every 3 months. I know, you know, it's not common, but I try to save up my money and go out for at least a week every 3 months just because I need it. You know, the going out weekly is cool, but I'd rather be overseas somewhere.
I feel like you go out so much, Pharoh, and you're always partying at the club that I feel like you might get a little sick of it. Like for the everyday average Joe, they would look at your social media and be like, oh my God, that guy parties all the time. It must be fun. But I feel like it must be a grind.
It's a grind. I mean, it's different. You partying to have fun with your friends and then partying to actually do it as a job or a hobby. So now it's became, you know, part of me and a side hobby. So I've lost the fun of it, but every time I go there, I make money. So I love that too.
Did you hear that Tom Brady has a new model girlfriend? Which to me, him having a new model girlfriend says that he's really into models. Did you hear about it?
I did hear about it.
And now Tom Brady shakes off his divorce, starring Tom Brady and his new girl, supermodel Irina Shayk.
Doesn't she just look, I know this is an audio podcast, but doesn't she just look like a younger version of Giselle?
I think they were actually friends, but we'll get a little deeper into that.
Couple alert, Tom Brady is dating Irina Shayk.
Yes, the GOAT was seen out in LA this weekend with supermodel / Bradley Cooper's ex.
So Tom went to Hotel Bel Air where he picked up Irina. She was staying there. They drove back to his house and they didn't leave until the following morning.
Hell yeah, Tom Brady had sex.
Listen, he's a hunter, for sure.
Did you hear the report that Bradley Cooper's not happy about this relationship?
Listen, Tom Brady is on his hoe stage, so he's definitely he's a menace in the streets right now.
I think I'm in that phase too.
Listen, you've always been in that phase. I don't think you ever came off it.
Unless I'm in a relationship. When I'm in a relationship, I don't cheat. I'm loyal. But after that, I'm a slut.
Yeah, disclaimer on that one.
He then drove her back to her hotel, and then they hung out again.
In the same outfit.
But this isn't some one-night stand.
So they met in June at this billionaire's wedding in Sardinia.
Which is interesting because that was the same trip where Tom was on the boat with Leo, who also dated Irina.
Yes.
You know what I think they should do on TV is have a show where everyday average Joes crash like a billionaire's wedding. Like me and you are just like there. Do you remember that show, Jill Millionaire, from like 20 years ago that all our parents watched, where it was like an everyday average Joe pretending to be a millionaire?
Yes.
They should have that concept and just have like part-time radio people just go and be like, oh, yeah.
I think you would make a great co-host in that show.
By the way, speaking of being at different places that are outside of your culture, what'd you think of those pictures of me drunk as hell and mojitos responsibly?
Listen, I need you to tell me the story about how was the environment. This was the first time in mojitos, or how was it?
Oh my God. So let me describe. So I'm at this Kava bar. Okay, enough about Tom Brady and his model girlfriend. Cool, they're having sex. We're going to move on. So I was at this Kava bar on Friday night that I go to all the time, the Chill Room. And I was like, let me hit up Justin, who's our engineer here, who's like one of my good friends here. You, a bunch of people. So he picks me up, and right before I left, because he picked me up because I didn't drink and drive, he picked me up, and before that, I went to Sitco, and I got a bottle of wine, so I chugged that bitch at home.
Oh, you're an animal.
So then I drank all of it, and we go to the club, and his boys got me like 2 beers, so I had like 4 more beers and a few shots. And there was no English being spoken in this club, and the music was popping, and the women were really into guys with money. And I'm just there chilling. And if you go to my social media at Ryan Hoppe Radio, you can see the picture of me like on my phone. Here's what the thing, I'm saying this funny. Here's the thing that really bothered me about when I made that post is I didn't realize I needed to make a disclaimer that I was at like a club that didn't speak English, because then all the comments were like, oh my God, why are you on your phone at a club? And I felt like saying, if you ask Pharoh, when I go out and about, I'm a dog. I'll take rejection and walk away, but I'm asking girls out in a way if I'm at a bar. That's not my usual thing to be on the phone.
Okay, so kind of give us a little bit of when you approach a woman, are you asking her, how her day was? Are you buying her a drink, or what's the typical Ryan Hoppe attack mode? I
have a very unconventional way of attracting women, and the women that I do attract don't get along with their fathers. It's a very, very common factor in relationships I've been in or friends with benefits is, oh yeah, I don't get along with my father. So if you're at the bar and you have that, we're just going to be talking. And I go, hey, what's up? How's it going? And like, I don't like spit game, but if the girl's into me, it's gonna happen. I don't know if it makes any sense. Like some people I feel like can go to a bar and can change a girl's opinion about if they want to go home with them. I'm the type of cat where a girl, if she doesn't find me attractive, that's not going to change. And then I kind of realize it, so then I move on to the next girl.
So you're pretty much a daddy issues chick magnet.
I really am. We've talked about this, but it's an actual fact. So, yeah, I was drunk at this club, and you know what was funny? In the picture of me on the phone against the wall, guess who I was sending a text to? The McDonald's app. I ordered a 20-piece McNugget, and the deal was a deal of a lifetime, especially when you're turned up, because I love McDonald's when I'm drunk. You know what I'm saying?
No, I really do. And the fact that you were mixing beer and wine, that shows me what kind of party animal
and
you
shots.
are. And shots.
And other things too. And I got essentially a 30-piece McNugget, and Ardian and Tony from Maxima drove me home.
Wow.
And I was lit.
So did the 20-piece or 30-piece get delivered into the club?
No, I had the order pre-ordered, and then I had them drive me through the drive-thru. And I was like, I'm here for SK98 or whatever the order number was.
Yeah. Wow. That was great.
Are you excited for my birthday, September 3rd? We are going to go hard, my friend.
Listen, I think a new side of you is going to come out, because the whole drinking and mixing and you actually lived. Let's see what's going to happen for your birthday.
Hell yeah. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. Now, Pharoh, I want to ask you something. I'm curious. Do you ever plan to ever go down the aisle and get married? Do you ever plan on being locked down forever?
I think, yes.
That finally loaded. And ever. Do you want to?
Yes, of course. I feel like that's definitely part of my plan. I don't know when, but one day it is part of my my story.
How would your wedding be?
Jesus, how would my wedding be? I would love it to be just a close knit of people.
Yeah.
I don't, I see a lot of people waste a lot of money kind of like bringing everybody and their moms and everybody's getting drunk. Like, I'd rather spend the money on me and have something personal.
Yeah, it's your day. You don't need to impress anybody.
Exactly.
856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. I think I was engaged when I was 23, and I thought my last girlfriend was going to be my wife. So I'm obviously okay with it. It's just, you got to make better decisions, which the first one, I'm so lucky that marriage didn't happen.
So you dodged the bullet.
I neo'd that bitch.
Listen.
I Matrix just went like, the bullets are my exes, and I was like, I dodged it.
Listen, that wasn't a bullet. That was a grenade.
Happy Hot Topic.
They say you can't put a price tag on love, but you know what you can put a price tag on? Often a big one, a wedding. Every year, getting hitched becomes more and more expensive. So what's a couple to do? In tonight's Prime Focus, we talked to a couple that chose a big celebration and another one that chose something a bit more modest. Plus, an expert weighs in with some...
I have this rule on my show. If I'm bored, you're bored. It says here, millennial couples feel cash crunch as wedding costs rise due to inflation. Yeah, I feel like if a millennial is going to get married now, they're probably not going to spend as much. You know what I mean? Have you seen some of the pictures of people's weddings of people we know that are getting married? Like, it looks like it would be like going to Target for a wedding.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you look at the pictures and, like, they didn't spend that much. Like, I feel like you look at weddings 40 years ago and it looked like the royal family. Now it's more low-key. Like, I went to a wedding 6 years ago with my second girlfriend, and it was this one of those young religious couples. They were like 19 or 20 at the time, and it was at this church, and they did it because they wanted to have sex. And that night, the dude posted, I am no longer in the Virgin Islands. Some dumb pun about that he got laid.
Yeah.
Guess what the best part about the religious wedding was? Unlimited Chick-fil-A. It was the most baller party I ever went to. This religious girl, obviously, because she's religious, worked at Chick-fil-A. She was my ex's friend. And when I tell you they may have had 100 sandwiches and there was like 40 people, I had like 6. There was a complaint about how many I had. But like many things in life, when I begin a controversy, and I'm going to swear because it's a podcast, I don't give a fuck.
And you shouldn't.
It was delicious. Do you like Chick-fil-A? I prefer PDQ. PDQ is my spot.
Well, listen, I love them both. And, you know, I don't want to get into the PDQ versus Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, there's no reason to. Why we would do that.
But I love them both. Shout out to both.
All right, we're going to come back. We're going to get this party going. It's just beginning. Like, if this were a party, this is the pre-party. We haven't even began the madness. It's known as Happy Hour. What do I feel like playing? Ah, man, because I really, really want to get turned up. I don't want to just hang out here and do this show. We're going to go back to 2010 with my friend Mike and his band, Where It Goes Down At. And remember when everything was about swag?
Of course.
That's what this song's about. So swagged out with Where It Goes Down, Wigged Up from 2011, only on Happy Hour.
It's that new thing. Swag. Vanilla Gucci, 130. Yeah. My chain look bright, made your girl look twice. Ice on bird, I don't ask about the price. Cause I'm so swagged out. Cause I'm so swagged out. Now rinse around, rinse around, rinse around, rinse around. Now rinse around, rinse around, rinse around, rinse around. Because I'm so swagged out. Because I'm so swagged out. Black and red chain fruity, made your girl a groupie. Eyes all droopy, my paper damn goofy. Car top drop, I call her topless Susie. Hit the clubs just to make the biggest movie. 30-carat bracelet, I caught from George Clooney. Left the jewelry store with goals, I am a goonie. Lemonade chain bug you out like a loony. You can catch me true religion, Gucci shades and Louis. Your shorty sent sex clips to my two-way. She fine as hell and very bougie. Now rinse it out. Now Bobby Boucher. I'm swagged out like LL Cool J. Paparazzi snapping photos cause they love to shoot me. She gon' make the beat Scooby-Doo. Now everybody get stupid and do this. Swag it out. Rinse it out. Now rinse it out, rinse it out. My chain look bright, made your girl look twice. Pop ice on bird, I don't ask about the price. Cause I'm so swagged out. Cause I'm so swagged out. Now rinse around, rinse around, rinse around, rinse around. Now rinse around, rinse around, rinse around, rinse around. Cause I'm so swagged out. Cause I'm so swagged out. Life is short, life is stank, but with this I make the best of it. Bag is swaggy, rinse around, don't come at me with petty shit. I'm chillin', bruh, drinking, tipping my cup to the ceiling. Up, you feeling us, hopefully, but really I don't give a fuck. I'm swagging out, no two-step, I add 6 more, then turn around. Break it down, put your hands in the air like you just don't care, we in your town. Rinse around, swag it out, I see them haters, what it is. Got Chico on this beat, we got this dancing beat of shit. Rinse it out, make it clean, swag it out and make it lean. Snap your fingers to the beat, you hear the dropping and repeat.
What up?
Going on racing like
Tell me, bruh.
the system, ain't this shit gon' bump so hard in your system. Keep my swag on pimpin'.
Yeah.
Wanna get it, cause my chain look bright. Yeah, your girl look twice.
Tell me about it.
Ice on bird, I don't ask about the price.
Cause I'm so swagged out. Cause I'm so swagged out.
Rinse around, rinse around, rinse around, rinse around.
What up?
Rinse around,
What's going on?
rinse around, rinse around. Cause I'm so ice on bird, swag ice on bird. Cause I'm ice on bird, swag ice on bird.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. This following segment is being brought to you by DZBZHoney.com.
On the subject of narcotics in general, but marijuana in particular. That is the purpose of this meeting.
If you go to DZBZHoney.com, I am promising you it is the best Delta 8 CBD honey around. And at checkout, you can use Hoppe to save 20%. That's 1/5 of the bill. I can do basic math. This is also being brought to you by Mitra 9, the best Kava and Kratom around. Mitra-9.com. And at checkout, use keyword Hoppe to save 20%. One more sponsor of this type of, chilling out realm, because I have workout sponsors, I have professional sponsors, and I also have Astro Bliss Hemp Lemonade. I got to spell out the website because the algorithm will try to shut me down. ASTROBLEME.com. And at checkout, what do you think the keyword is? HOPPE, and save 10%. I always got your back.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
And now for something completely different.
It's time to turn Hoppe on.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
So, you're into Disney, right, Pharoh? Pharoh?
Listen, I love Disney. I love Disney Plus. What's going on now?
Do you like Guardians of the Galaxy?
I love them.
You know, there's that rumor that Vin Diesel was paid $54 million to say, I am Groot?
Yeah.
James Gunn says there's no credence to it. And that it's not true.
I mean, maybe it was 53.
I think he doesn't want to admit it for some reason. It was totally 54 minutes. Or 54 million. You know what I'm saying? There is no way in hell there is a way on this planet that you would not be paid 54 million to say this.
I am Groot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's no way in hell Vin Diesel wouldn't be paid for that, because that's actually the best acting Vin's ever done when he did this.
I am Groot.
856-49 Hoppe. I thought that movie was great. The soundtrack is phenomenal.
Listen, the whole Guardians of the Galaxy world and all the movies, they were amazing. And I just can't wait for the next one. When are they coming back? We need Marvel to get cooking. This writer's strike needs to stop because we need more movies because they've been snapping.
By the way, Pharoh, I want to ask you, how the hell was Barbie?
Listen, Barbie, me and my girl got in an argument, so we didn't get to go. But Barbie, I'm on you, and I will definitely watch you, and I will have something to say. But I did read the comments on, what Barbie's pushing, and it's a whole feminist agenda. Pretty much Barbie doesn't care about Ken anymore. Like, what are we doing with the movies now? We're losing sight of what it really is to be a Barbie or what Barbie stands for. And now they're putting the whole agenda of breaking down families, making everything feminist, and losing the sight of needing men.
You actually care that much about it? I think it's a movie. I don't really care.
Well, the whole world cares about it because I guess everybody's wearing pink now. I mean, have you been seeing people wear more pink?
Yeah, who cares? It's a movie about a toy doll.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I don't get the outrage like Ben Shapiro all mad about it. Like, relax, Ben. We know you're in the closet and you want to get pegged. Just admit it. It's fine, bud.
Gay.
And then Matt Gaetz' wife was like tripping out about it. I mean, it's like all these right-wingers don't like it. It's like because it makes you feel uncomfortable because you guys always want to portray yourself as perfect. By the way, what do you think of people that use the Android devices?
Listen, I used to be a big Android person.
Yeah.
I used to have a Note. I love Androids, but just the quality isn't it. Apple's running the circles around them by miles.
I love the people that have Android and they try to pretend like it's as good as the iPhone. It's not. I'm sorry. I think the most annoying thing is sending a text to somebody with it because it's not as immediate. If somebody I know, like in the past, I've had my last two girlfriends both had Androids, so I would talk to them through Snapchat or Messenger because it's more immediate. You can see if they read it or not. There's the green bubble that ruins everything.
Well, that's why you got WhatsApp, you got X, RIP to Twitter. So you got X.
Oh, you're going to really call it that? I'm always going to call it Twitter.
Yeah, but once the logo leaves, it's back to X.
Who are you talking to on Twitter? Like, I might DM a radio guy or get some DMs from people on radio, but I've never hit on a girl on Twitter.
Twitter is more like a, talk to yourself and people read what you say type of environment.
Isn't that all social media?
I wouldn't say on Twitter because Twitter, I know you're going big hoe mode. I know you like to slide on the DMs and vanish mode.
Hell yeah.
Happy Hot Topic.
Before Margot Robbie landed the title role of Barbie, fans may be shocked to learn she wasn't the first one to sign up for a life in plastic. Comedian Amy Schumer almost played the lead role of the iconic doll on the...
It would not have been taken seriously if that imbecile was in it.
How dare them? Like, for real, how dare them?
Why? What's wrong with that?
Listen, she's just not Barbie material. Like, she looks like she's just a comedian. And I'm sorry, but
let's be honest. She's not really acting material. I mean, Trainwreck was okay.
Listen, the body type, no body shaming, but she's just not the Barbie type.
So I grew up listening to the Opie and Anthony radio show, one of the main shows that influenced me to go on the radio. And in 2012, when I got Sirius XM for my high school graduation, that was the summer that Amy Schumer began to get famous. And she just, I'm going to keep this clean for the podcast since it's not on the radio. She liked to get fingered by cabbies.
Wow.
And that was her whole bit on Opie and Anthony.
That's real Triple X right there.
Oh, yeah. She's so edgy and wild. She likes the finger. Never mind.
June 8th episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, she shared her thoughts on the film during a round of Plead the Fifth.
Can you name a specific reason you dropped out, and will you be seeing the movie?
I can't wait to see the movie. I think it looks awesome.
She dropped out because she didn't drop any weight.
I think we said it was scheduling conflict.
Okay, that's what we said.
That's what we said.
Yeah, it's the food you're scheduling into your mouth that could not help you get the part.
Yeah, exactly. She needs to, she definitely didn't take the role that serious.
I'm not trying to talk smack because I like a thicker girl. I'm just saying you're not Barbie.
But yeah, it really was just like creative differences. But there's like a new team behind it, and it looks like it's like very feminist and cool. So I will be.
One of the funniest things I've ever been told was, I hope she doesn't get mad for me saying this. I used to do trivia night with Babs from Wild 94.1 for 2 years over at Sparkman Wharf back in 2020, 21. I was the person that helped count up the papers, and I was like her sidekick. And that's where me and her became really good friends. And now she's on afternoons 3 to 7 on Wild 94.1. And she's one of your mentors. She's fucking phenomenal. I love Babs.
Yes.
Babs is a legend. And she told me at that point, I don't think she's like this anymore because she's got a man and whatever. But I'm not trying to spill beans, but in 2021, 2020, she was like, I feel like Amy Schumer in Trainwreck.
Yeah, Babs is definitely open about everything. She's an open book, so
she's coming on Happy Hour soon, which I think I need you here for that.
That'd be really great.
Hell yeah. 856-49-HAPPY. That's 856-494-6773. Do you ever want to be a parent?
Of course. I feel like one thing about life is you need to have a mini you.
I don't know about that. But I want to play this clip, and then I want to see if you would do this as a parent.
You can judge me if you want. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Kristen Bell reveals her daughters with Dax Shepard like to order non-alcoholic beer on occasion, and the actress is already bracing for backlash.
That is the dumbest decision you could ever make. Here's why. Because it's going to taste good, and then they're going to want to have the fun version of it.
Yeah, but that's coming anyway, so you might as well just prep them up. Especially celebrity kids, those are the perfect ones to start really early.
Yeah, but I just don't think it's... Like, okay, drinking is going to always be around with underage drinking because it's fun. It's a thrill. But at the same time, address it when it happens. Don't try to manifest it.
Nah, of course. But I think we've all had a little drink, you know.
Hell yeah, I did Friday at Mojitos.
Yeah, Mojitos. Shout out Mojitos, man. But listen, if you underage and you're drinking, you need to take it slow because you're going to have a whole life to do it.
Kristen opens up in a visit to the Kelly Clarkson show.
My kids have ordered non-alcoholic beers at restaurants before.
Like a buck.
Which sounds insane if you don't know, because context is important. We've learned that over the last few years.
Yeah.
So like my husband and I, when we walked the babies at night in our neighborhood, when my daughter was really little, he is a recovering addict, but he likes non-alcoholic beer. So he'd pop one open, he'd have her on his chest and we'd walk and like look at the sunset. So as a baby, she was like pawing at it. And sometimes she would like suck on the rim of it. Yeah. So I think it feels to her like something special, something daddy.
She sees it makes daddy happy.
Something family. And we've been at restaurants.
No alcohol.
There's no alcohol in it.
All right, I can't take the voice of Kelly Clarkson. By the way, I think that's a sign that kid's going to have a drinking problem. If it's already craving it, it definitely has Dax's interest in alcohol.
I think the things that we're missing is that she was actually drinking when she was pregnant, and that's why the baby's doing that, because there's
whoa,
you know,
whoa. That is a brilliant idea. I did not think about that. You are just breaking my mind right now, man. My mind is blown. I didn't think about that.
We can't skip over the part where she says he's a recovering addict.
And not just that, but, okay, I got to be careful how I say this. Oh, wait, I'm never careful about how I say anything. If you're a recovering addict and you're drinking non-alcoholic beer, you're not over it. You are missing it so much. Like, I get you're quote-unquote sober, but you're not.
Anybody who's recovering from anything and let it go, you're on coke now.
856-49-HAPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio.
Happy Hot Topic.
This next headline does not surprise me. First of all, before I get to it, I want to ask you, Pharoh. I think that's a song from church. Let my people go. Do you have a dog?
I have two.
What do you think about the fact that our president has a dog that doesn't behave?
I think he's being cheap and didn't get a trainer.
I think it also represents him as a person because he's got a deadbeat son and then he's got dogs that are biting people.
You know, my dog actually looks like that picture, the first one. So that's pretty funny. But
I'm more of a cat guy.
What more can you expect from Sleepy Joe?
Yeah, we're about to find out right now. Things are going so well in the White House. You know, if what I'm about to play, if this happened with Trump, he'd be crucified.
For real.
All right. Here we go.
And now to the White House, and new reports that President Biden's dog Commander has bitten multiple Secret Service agents. Rachel Scott is back from the White House with those details. Good morning again, Rachel.
That is the lamest name ever, Commander. Oh, God, it's so douchey. I had your mic off.
No, you're good. Commander pretty much is not a good name, and I think they should have put more names in the bucket and picked out the best one.
Hey, Lindsay, good morning to you. Look, the White House is still figuring out how exactly to deal with this one.
Get rid of it.
President's family dog, Commander, has bitten or attacked Secret Service agents at least 10 times over a span of 4 months. One of those incidents ended with one of those officers having to go to the hospital.
You know what we need to do is we need to check its laptop.
What we need to do is call the dog whisperer to help this dog out because it's having real attitude issues.
I think we need a president whisperer.
This is all according to newly obtained emails by a conservative activist group that have been verified by ABC News. And one of those emails back in October, the Secret Service warned that the German Shepherd was exhibiting extremely aggressive behavior, even charging at a Secret Service officer, saying that the First Lady could not regain control of the dog.
Here's my thing. I don't vote. I have not voted in 11 years. The last person I voted for was Obama. I didn't like Trump. I didn't like Hillary Clinton. I don't like Joe Biden. So when I say this, I'm not siding on one side. I'm telling you right now, if your son is a deadbeat loser and you're a deadbeat president and you have a deadbeat dog, there's a certain energy around the Biden family with that.
Yep, the sleepy Biden family.
And any of the liberals that are offended by that, quit living in a fantasy world. Just because your guy won doesn't mean your guy's good.
The Secret Service, of course, is not in charge of caring for family pets, but they do come across them while protecting the first family. The White House sort of brushing this all off, saying that the White House is a stressful and unique environment for family pets.
You didn't hear about this? Did Obama have a dog? Any of the presidents that had dogs? You never heard about this. Oh, but let's defend Joe Biden. Shut the fuck up. You feel me?
Nah, definitely. But let's not forget whatever happened to the story about the cocaine found in one of the rooms. That was pretty, that was brushed under the carpet really good.
Yeah, it was.
But if all of this sounds familiar, it is because it is. You may remember the first family's other German Shepherd, Major, also had a history of biting people. Major Biden was eventually sent to go live with family friends. It's unclear at this point if Commander also faces a similar fate, but at the very least, the White House says Commander will definitely be getting a lot more training, guys.
Training? You know who needs training? Our president.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Oh, yeah. Let's get the vibes going. Here is Gravity by Bruce Wayne. We'll be right back.
Now we standing on cloud nine, but we had to get through the first 8. Infinity don't mean nothing, babe, if we're not standing up straight. When life comes full circle, I had to put a ring on it. You got that look in your eyes, now get on this ride. I wanna take you out of this world, girl, so you can love me. If nothing lasts forever, and all we need is time. Gravity can't hold us now. So right now, yeah, we gotta turn it up. 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 The hold that you got on me. Enough said, we down like gravity. Through it all, girl, you never doubted me. To this day, you're all I need. Feel my heartbeat. This ain't about me, no. Climb on top me, and we about you feel it, come hear us. We touching skies. I wanna take you off this world, girl, so you can love me. If nothing lasts forever,
This following segment. First of all, that was Bruce Wayne with Gravity. We are in a double universe. I'm telling you right now, or whatever it's called, like Pharoh described in the beginning of the show. You know why we are in an alternate universe is what I'm looking for right now.
Happy Hour will be right back.
I said, what's going on?
Happy Hour will be right back.
Right now, we have Romeo, Misfit Romeo, watching Hoppe TV. And we also have Chakra Alignment from Romeo playing in the background. If Spotify wants to load today. Spotify, first of all, says, hey, you're going to pay $1 for our service. And second of all, your music's not going to play immediately. Romeo has like 1 million listens a month, and it's all me. I'm just kidding. Listen, Romeo just commented, what up, cutie in the back? This following segment has been brought to you by WestChasePrinting.com. When I tell you that it's the best printing company in all of the Bay Area, I'm a man of my words. WestChasePrinting.com. And at checkout, use keyword Hoppe. This is also being brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts. At AmirAcademy.com. Sign up. He's got self-defense classes and much, much more. And when you tell him you heard about it on Happy Hour, he's going to hook you up. You know what I'm saying? Because you always want to be around people that hook you up. You always want to be around people that have a good time. Why? Because the beat is about to drop. You like how I did that, Pharoh?
Listen, I'm a big Romeo fan. Shout out to Romeo. Y'all make sure to stream the music. And of course, man, we're living good right here on Happy Hour.
All right, we got a few more minutes here, so let's come back and continue this party. This once-in-a-lifetime experience that's recorded 4 times a week, known as
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Now for something completely different.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Happy Hour.
Listen to Hoppe Hour at any time, anywhere. Search Hoppe Radio on all major streaming platforms.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Welcome to TMZ Live. Harvey Levin here.
Charles here.
So in a couple of minutes, we're going to tell you about the new love in Tom Brady's life. And it is
throwing the L word around, huh?
Another supermodel. And we're going to get into that. But we got to start with Jamie Foxx. Because we have been waiting for 4 months to hear from Jamie, to find out what exactly happened to him. And he broke his silence late Friday night. He didn't reveal everything, but he revealed enough to say that he has been, as he put it, to hell and back.
I went through something that I thought I would never, ever go through. And I know a lot of people were waiting, or wanting to hear updates. But to be honest with you, I just didn't want you to see me like that, man.
What is your take, Pharoh?
Listen, it's pretty rough for somebody, with like Jamie Foxx's lifestyle to be going through something like this. We don't know too much details yet, but shout out to Jamie. He's alive. He's feeling better. And somebody in his magnitude of celebrityness, I understand why he wouldn't want people to see him down bad.
And whenever a celebrity is low key, that's when you know it's bad, because they always want to be out and about.
Of course.
I want you to see me laughing, having a good time, partying, cracking a joke, doing a movie, television show. I didn't want you to see me with tubes, running out of me and trying to figure out if I was gonna make it through. I went to hell and back, and my road to recovery had some potholes as well. But I'm coming back. I love everybody, and I love all of the love that I got.
Well, I'm glad that Jamie Foxx is doing well. This next headline, I want to get your take.
Well, Jason Aldean's song Try That in a Small Town was featured heavily in a not-so-small town this weekend. That would be Nashville. Obviously, this is the song you've heard Jason Aldean released back in May, and it didn't get any that much attention. But last week,
the music video came out. And a lot of people think this is almost a call to arms.
It is. What do you think?
Nashville is going bananas, but definitely, man, Jason Aldean is standing on his song. That's it.
Do you think it's racist? You can say whatever. I want you to be honest, because I don't know. To me, it's got racist undertones, and I think number two, I don't get good vibes from the song.
It is a little racist, but it could be people's upbringing. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's being racist directly towards like black people or any other people. It just has a brush of it.
It has the vibe of like, you do it in my town type of like, shut the fuck up.
That there is a lot of imagery of Black Lives Matter protests. There was a courthouse where there was a lynching 100 years ago.
That's what I'm talking about. The fucking things in the music video. You cannot deny it. It's pretty racist. Anybody that's in denial about it are all white people that live in the country. Do you notice that? Anybody defending the song is a white person.
Yeah, so it definitely has that like white supremacy type of
course it does,
vibe to it. And we just gotta wait to get some more response from Jason. Jason, did you direct the video? Did you choose the scenes?
Yeah.
Is it somebody else who's doing it and is kind of like playing with your lyrics and kind of like pursuing his message? I like to get down to the gravy and figure out what's going on.
And we're about to hear him defend it.
Very infamous one, and not that any of them are not infamous, but he has defended this, and not only defended it, he said people are completely off base, and this song has soared to the top of the charts.
Right. So the song, he has a bar in Nashville where they were playing the song all weekend. Fans were loving it, and he performed.
Oh, wow. You're playing it at the bar. You're so edgy.
Meanwhile, had a concert himself in Cincinnati, and leaned into the controversy when he played Try That in a Small Town.
Well, I gotta tell you guys, man, it's been a long ass week.
He just sounds like an asshole.
It's been a long week, and I've seen a lot of stuff. Suggesting I'm this, suggesting I'm that. Here's one thing I feel. I feel like everybody's entitled to their opinion. You can think something all you want to. It doesn't mean it's true, right? So, what I am is a proud American.
I'm not a proud American. This country sucks. Yeah, there's some cool parts about freedom, but I love the people that are rich and elite that don't know what America's actually like. Like Blake Shelton making that song, Minimum Wage Love. Trust me. Minimum wage love, you can't even afford to go out on a date. These country artists try to paint this picture, but they're millionaires in mansions.
Exactly. So they're not really feeling the struggle that they speak about.
And all the fans fall for it. They live in, I gotta quit swearing, but at the podcast, I don't care. They live in fucking mansions. They can't relate to you. They don't care about you.
Proud to be from here.
Look at that cheering. It's like a MAGA rally.
I love our country. I want to see it restored to what it once was before all this started happening to us.
What it once was, what did it begin on again? Oh yeah, racism. Shut the fuck up. What it once was? Oh, you mean when we had fucking slaves? And get out of here. I'm not saying exactly that's what he's for, but what it once was, I think it's getting better. Help me with this. Explain. he's pretty much saying, I missed the 50s.
Yeah, he's pretty much missing. He needs to be more clear on his message.
Yeah, what is the new part of America you don't like? The fact that women are beginning to get paid more and that blacks are getting more opportunities compared to half a century? Like, I want to know what this new thing happening that is so bad.
Yeah, so Jason Aldean, if you're hearing this, definitely speak more about what you mean.
But what I mean is America's going downhill. Why is America going downhill? Because whenever you ask somebody why America's going downhill, they'll be like, it's woke. It's because it's getting woke. Why? Because, how do I word this? The LGBTQ plus community is getting rights. Women are getting more rights. And they're underpaid. They're at an all-time high, but they are underpaid in a recent report. Do you think, as a black man, do you think there's more rights for blacks?
I think it's being more highlighted. I think everybody's being more vocal.
Yeah. And so do you think in your lifetime things have gotten better?
Yes.
So then everything seems fine. We just need a better president. But according to Jason Aldean, whatever.
I think we're going to be seeing a whole lot more of this in the months and years to come.
I love people that like, how do I word this? Rich people, specifically rich people that listen to country music, they're like oblivious. Rich people have this nostalgic because it's more money, more problems of like growing up and grinding and being broke that they think it's the way to live. Do you notice that? You talk to a rich person and they're like, trust me, the years when you're just getting by are some of the best years. Yeah, it's fun because you got to be creative about it, but I'd rather be rich.
Yeah.
Like, show me the money. I'm just saying. But I just said, show me the money, and I work in radio. That was kind of an awkward transition because I had this issue here. I didn't press the outro. Actually, we're gonna rewind the segment real quick because we're gonna manifest good opportunities. Because I was making a joke, the radio doesn't pay a lot, and blah 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 blah. No, we're gonna rewind it. We're gonna rewind it. It's going to go like this. Money is going to flow to us. Pharoh, what's going to happen is we're going to become millionaires. And after Mike Kelter retires, we're going to be the next big thing in radio. And we're already going to be the next big thing for our generation. And money is just going to flow to us, Pharoh. Do you feel that?
I feel all the energy coming towards us. The bank account has a lot of zeros.
Yeah.
Opportunities are flowing through us.
That's better. And we're going to grind through radio not paying a lot and manifest the opportunities. And I'm going to get drunk as hell on my birthday. All right, I think that was better. I think that was more positive. It had better vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
All right, we're going to come back and wrap up the show because I almost called you Romeo. Pharrell's got to get out of here soon. But I want to play a song that's a little sexy. Oh, man. So awkward today with the way Spotify's slow. Like any other radio show would edit this out and be like, oh, perfect transitions. The guy to hit the post. No. We're not perfect a day in our lives. But Bali is... Balenciaga, like it.
You should come on over. I will not be sober. Get you on the sofa. I'm not trying to know ya. Told you once before that you could get your soul snatched. I could throw it way back. Oh, and And baby, if it's cool with you, I want you to act the fool. Baby, don't you know that I just want you so bad? Tell me that you're feeling the same as me. Cause you know I've been waiting, but you keep on playing. Come and put your body all over me. You should come on over. I will not be sober. Put you on the sofa. I'm not trying to know ya. Told you once before that you could get your soul snatched. I could throw it way back. Oh, I know you like it. I know you like it. Oh, 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 I treat you like a hoe. I know you like it. Oh, I know you like it. Oh, I treat you like a hoe. Tell me when you're outside, I'ma take you for a ride. Fuck with me, I'll get you right. Make it last all night. It's whatever you wanna do. I'ma leave it up to you, and I'ma have you feeling new. Whenever we get through, what you doing later? Stop being a player. Come on and lay up with me. Cause you know I've been waiting, but you keep on playing. I just want you one time. But me, you should come on over. I will not be sober. Put you on the sofa. I'm not trying to know ya. Told you once before that you could get your soul snatched. I could throw it way back. I know you like it. I know you like it. Oh.
Oh, man. Happy hour is about to end. We're about to get out of here. Pharoh had to go drive back to Riverview, which is about 45 minutes from where we are. So we're actually going to record another show tomorrow. And I've been doing this show for about an hour. And there's some other topics that I want to save for tomorrow. So we have about 7 other news clips and whatever. I'm going to save it all for Pharoh tomorrow. But let's do a quick recap of all the sponsors I have of Happy Hour. And when I tell people I have sponsors, they're like, you have a drinking problem? I'm like, no. Go to amiracademy.com. He is the best MMA trainer and boxing trainer in all of the Bay Area. If you go to amiracademy.com and you go to his classes, he will hook you up with the best workouts possible. This is also being brought to you by FitSageFitness.net. Devin Prasad is the best workout trainer in all of the Bay Area. I'm a man of my words. I am telling you right now. This is also being brought to you by Mitra-9.com. Mitra is 9. Jesus Christ. Mitra 9 is the best Kava and Kratom around. It's changed my life forever. It's helped me become sober. I had a little bit of a drinking problem last year, and now I don't really drink as much anymore, unless it's Friday at Mojitos. So go to Mitra-9.com and at checkout use keyword Hoppe, HOPPE radio, and you can save 20%. This is also being brought to you by counselingoncall.net. When I tell you that mental health is a very important subject, I'm a man of my words. Go to counselingoncall.net. And when you talk to them, tell them you heard about it on Happy Hour, and they will hook you up. This is also being brought to you by DZBZHoney.com. DZBZ Honey is the best around. It's a great time, and it's really relaxing, and it gets you naturally high. At checkout, use keyword Hoppe. This is also being brought to you by Astrobleme, ASTROBLEME.com. And at checkout, use keyword Hoppe to save 10%. Let's let that beat drop. Ah, man. We're about to get out of here. I appreciate you listening. This is also being brought to you by WestChasePrinting.com. There's so much going on in the world of Ride Hoppe that I appreciate you tuning in. I will talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Happy Hour.